Welcome back to the Mind Body Project. Thanks for taking a little time to join me today. You remember there's old ones, new ones, but the Star Trek. Star Trek I used to watch had William Shatner, showing my age a little bit. William Shatner, and he was the captain, Captain Kirk. And we'd always hear him say captain's log. And then he would explain the light year, whatever it was, he would explain what, and it was more of a verbal captain's log. And this is what's going on. And he did that to record whatever they were doing, what day it was, what light year, however they did it, and describe what was going on during that time, during that day or during that week. It was a captain's log. We're logging what is currently going on. And as I thought about that, getting ready for today, and I thought about why would Captain Kirk say captain's log and then explain the date and what was going on? And as I thought about that, I thought, well, that was in the future. In the 60s, it was kind of weird. We thought we'd be, space travel and all that, more so than probably what we already made great gains in space, and now the private sector does it. But it was very interesting that, why did he log? Why did he say a captain's log? He captain's log because he wanted to record what was going on. What if something was to happen to him and somebody wanted to know what was going on? They could refer to the captain's log. What if light years away or beyond, he wanted to look back and say, well, what happened during that time? He could go back to his captain's log and look to see what was going on, what was happening in that time. Maybe there's some things that contributed to whatever situation they were in now. And as I thought about that, I thought about the captain's log. And I thought, we should have a captain's log for our daily food intake. That's probably when people come to me and say, hey, I want to lose weight. Super. What have you been doing? Oh, I don't eat too bad. Okay, well, tell me, what you've had the last, 3 days. I think I had, let's see. We recall when we rely on our memory, it may be just yesterday, we may not remember what we ate. It could be a month from now. Are you going to remember what you had on 29 days ago last month? Probably not. I couldn't tell you what I ate. I wouldn't even know what day it was. Now, depending on, if I knew what day it was, I could probably tell you what I ate, because I pretty much eat the same thing all the time during the week and on the weekends. But what if you're just kind of eating whatever? You're not going to remember what you had 3 days ago, 5 days ago, 10 days ago, much less a month ago in great detail. You're just not. Research shows that when we remember past events, we usually remember them, if it's a good memory, we remember them more fonder than what actually happened. So over time, we'd like to say, man, our memory is sharp. But our memory changes as we go through time. Our perspective of that, our emotions, everything changes, so it changes our memory. We might have the general idea, but the exact memory changes over time. And so think about that. That's if you have a happy time or a sad time, our memory changes over time. What if it's food? We don't really put a lot of thought into that sometimes. So I think we should, and what I tell all my clients when they come to me about, I want to lose weight, let's log it. I think we all should, from time to time, have a captain's log. And when I say all, 2/3 of our country is overweight. The health and wellness industry is a multi-billion with a B dollar industry. And so our majority of our population of 330 million people in the United States, you think about that, and 2/3 are overweight. And of those, there's obese. And there's many, even if those 1/3 that's not in the overweight category, there's a very, very small percentage of that 1/3 that would say, I am perfectly happy with my body, perfectly happy. I've been in the health and wellness industry for over 16 years now. I have been working on nutrition and diet and exercise ever since I was 14 years old. First time I walked into the gym. So I have lots of experience with nutrition, exercise, diet, all of those for myself, but not only for myself, but also for clients over the last 16 years. And what I have found is that there are very few that come to me and go, I am in perfect shape. I don't need to lose anything. I don't need to change anything. I maybe just need a little bit more muscle in my arm. Very few. Almost never happens. They come because there's something they want to work on, something they want to change about their body. Maybe, and typically, we can tweak a little nutrition, we can tweak a little exercise, and we can get those results. So it doesn't matter if you're in the 1/3 that's not overweight, if you're in the 2/3 that are overweight and obese. This is speaking to you. Because if you want changes in your body, it doesn't matter how those are, whether it's 5 pounds or 500 pounds, this is applicable. We need to keep a captain's log. Do we need to keep a captain's log every single day for the rest of our life? No, we don't. I don't keep one every single day. But now when I get into a certain area and I want to start changing some things, you bet. I'll start writing down in my captain's log what's going on. What patterns do I see? Because we'll see that we have patterns. And that's why I tell my clients when they come to me, fill out your nutrition log. I just want to see what you're eating on a daily basis. Don't make it look good for me or anything like that. Just give me the bare bone facts. What are you eating? Whether it's the ice cream, whether it's the pizza, whether it's the Wolf brand chili, it doesn't matter. Be honest with me. Because typically we'll find over a couple week period, and if you think back over your last couple weeks, you'll find that you eat the same foods within a 2-week period over and over and over. So we don't have a big variety sometimes. So within 2 to 3 weeks, we're repeating those same foods all the time. It may seem like we're eating a lot of different things, but really we're not. So the captain's log, it gives us an idea of where we've been, kind of what we've been doing. And so that's probably one of the biggest reasons we want to have a captain's log, is what patterns have I been doing? Okay, if those patterns have got me to the place that I don't really like being, then I need to change those patterns. So the log also helps us customize goals. Just say I want to lose some weight, that's great. I want to have more muscle, great. But let's customize those. Let's look at your captain's log, at your nutrition log, and see what can we tweak to reach your goals. Because reaching your goals to gain muscle mass, reaching your goals to lose body fat, reaching your goals to lose body weight, and losing body weight and body fat are two different things. They all require different approaches. But they all start with, where's your current food intake at? What are you currently doing? So they help you customize towards the goals you want. They help me. They help me when I have a client or when I do it for myself. It's kind of like a roadmap. A roadmap, when we look on a map, whether it's Google, whether it's the old atlas that we pull open, when we look at it, we can see I'm at point A and I want to get to point B. And so I can follow the blue line if it's on Google Maps, and I can find where I'm going. What happens when there's a detour or we get off track? It says rerouting. It gives us a new route. But it gives us a new route still to our same destination. Our destination doesn't change, just our route changes. And that's what happens when we do a captain's log. It's getting us towards our destination. But it helps us when we have a detour, we can look at it and go, oh, I need to reroute. And so we reroute using our captain's log to get us to our destination of whatever that final destination is for you, whether it's to lose 5 pounds, 50 pounds, whether it's to gain 5 pounds of muscle mass, whether it's to lose, I just want to lose 10 pounds of body weight. I'd rather lose 10 pounds of body fat. I'd like to be at 90% body fat. All these different goals. And it doesn't matter, the goals are many, but it depends on what is the goal to you, to use the captain's log. And again, it allows us to make those adjustments on the way. When we need to reroute, we reroute. The end destination doesn't change, but the way we do the route, the way we manipulate our captain's log will help us get to our destination. And then, when we get there, unfortunately, we all fall into patterns. And I would say, with our population of 2/3 of our population overweight, there's a pattern of gain, lose, gain, lose, gain, lose. I've done that through my life. Gain, lose, gain, lose. You would think I should be at 47, almost 48 years old, I should be a star expert on this, that I could do it and not have any trouble. Yes, I am. But I still go through periods of gain a little weight, lose a little weight, gain a little weight. In the last few years, I've been able to maintain that and keep it the same place. But there's still times when, I need to cut back a little bit. I'm better at catching it so it doesn't get out of hand like it used to in my early 40s, 30s, and 20s. So I'm able to catch it better. But we all go through that pattern of gain, lose, gain, lose, gain, lose. So what happens when you've gained it and you want to lose it again? What do? You go back to, what did I do before? I'm going to go back to that because that was really successful. So with the captain's log, that's what we're able to do, is we're able to go back to what worked and said, I'm going to grind it out and do that again. We're able to say, wow, man, I remember when I did that and that didn't work. I mean, I lost maybe a couple pounds, or I was only able to gain half a pound of muscle, or I wasn't able to get tone. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to try a different approach. But so it gives us an idea of what worked, what didn't work. We can go back and we can see and apply that to doing it again. Because chances are, if you're like me, it wasn't one and done. You've been doing this for a long time. You've been telling yourself, once you get there, I'm not going to let myself get there again. I'm not. But what happens? You get there again. Because oftentimes, many of us, is what we do, we approach it as a diet. When I get done with this, I can't wait to go back to that. I have people that start to work out and I just need to work out for a little bit to do this or that. And I never have the heart to tell them right from the get-go, once you start, you can't stop. It's a lifestyle change. You don't get to work out for a little bit, then you're fit for a lifetime. You don't get to eat right for just a little bit, and then for the rest of life, you're healthy. It doesn't work that way. I don't know if this is the first time you've heard this, but it doesn't work that way. You have to change. You have to make it a lifestyle change. You exercise regularly. You eat healthy regularly. It's a lifestyle change. It's not a fad. It's not, I'm going to do this for a little while, I'll get healthy, and then I don't have to do it anymore. That's not the case. Those habits of eating unhealthy, not exercising, got you in the position you are. Got 2/3 of our population in the situation that they are, overweight and obese and unhappy and unhealthy, with cardiovascular diseases, the number one or number two killer in America. Preventable with our diet and exercise. Preventable. The captain's log also, as I share with my clients, when they come to me, it gives me a way to help them, because I can't rely on their memory. I can't rely on my memory. I can barely remember what I did yesterday. I can barely remember when I go into a room, pick up things. As I get a little older, my parents used to say that, and I'm like, I get it now. I work really hard on trying to remember those things, but sometimes I don't, because it's our memory. If we're not paying close enough attention, it comes and it goes, and we're not clear about it. So when you ask someone else to help, whether it's another professional, another accountability partner, for all my clients, I say, what's your log look like? Let me see your food log, and I can tell you where you're at, what's going on. And two, the captain's log, it helps give, if you're goal-oriented, it helps you have a target to aim for. If it's, I want to have, I'm doing it based on macros. I'm doing it based on calories. I'm doing it based on, if it fits my macros. I'm ketoing, carb cycling, I'm just Weight Watching. Whatever the goal is, if you're goal oriented, it gives you targets to aim at. And you can do that through your captain's log. And the captain's log is just so important, because aren't you, when we think about it, Captain Kirk, he was the captain of the Starship Enterprise. Huge ship, all these people. You're a captain of one. You have one vessel you get. You don't get another vessel. You're captain of your vessel, your body. You get one. Why not make it the best vessel you can be in? Do you want to be in some cheap, crummy vessel that breaks down all the time, never has enough fuel? It's just yucky to be in. No, because what's that do? That causes depression, causes anxiety, causes a lot of undue stress, causes disease when you're in a vessel that might be filth and yuck and all that. It causes those things. So if you only get one vessel, you don't get a trade-in, you don't get a do-over. Why would you not want to be the captain of the best vessel you could be, your body? Be the captain of one. Be the captain of your vessel, your body. Make those choices and make those decisions because you are captain and you get to log in the captain's log, whatever you want. Be honest, but wouldn't you want somebody to look back into your captain's log and go, wow, they really took care of their vessel. They really took care of their body through exercise, through nutrition, through mental health. They took care of it. So I just wanted to share a little bit about the importance of keeping a captain's log for your life. And when you get it down, then you can slack off a little bit. But when every now and then check back in with yourself. I'm going to write in the captain's log. I'm going to see what's going on. See if I'm where I want to be. So, and you can always, if you need a little help with your captain's log, you can always connect with me at aarondegler.com through online personal training, through online coaching. Have a lot of different options on my website, just aarondegler.com. You can connect with me on a texting daily basis, through my emails, through my mastermind groups. Wherever you feel that you want to plug in and be accountable, then there's a place for you to do that. So continue, my friends, to keep writing down in your captain's log and to remember to make it the best vessel, the best body that you've ever lived in. And hey, we'll see y'all next time. And I tell my wife, Kim, every night before I go to bed, it's Bomb in the Ninth, Double A, out.